Hello, students. In this chapter, Human Health and Disease, in the last lecture, we have discussed about AIDS and a few points about the cancer. You have um, you have seen in the last lecture about the definition of the cancer. You have seen the difference between a normal cell and a cancerous cell. Okay, so today we will discuss about the type of tumor. The cancerous cells continue to divide, giving rise to mass of cells. This is called tumor. Okay, cancerous cells when it continuously divide and forms a mass of cell or the bundle of cell. That bundle or the mass is known as tumor. There are two kinds of tumor. One is benign and there is malignant. Now we will take up the look at difference between benign tumor and malignant tumor. First point, it remain confined to the affected organ, while malignant tumor it spread to the other organs also of the body. Means benign tumor uh, remain at that place where it appears, while the malignant tumor it appears at one place, but with the help of blood stream it also reaches to the other parts also, and there again develop a new tumor. Second point, rate of growth is slow, but in case of malignant tumor rate of growth is usually rapid. Okay, benign tumor, in this case the division rate is slow, while in case of malignant the division rate is so rapid. Third point, benign tumor there is no latent stage, while in case of malignant tumor there is latent stage. What is latent stage? Means starting of the disease and appearance of the symptoms. If that time period between the starting of the disease and appearance of the symptoms, this time period is known as latent stage. So in case of benign tumor there is no latent stage. Means it when it starts it ultimately it appears its symptoms immediately, but in case of malignant tumor it do not immediately shows its symptoms. We found it later. Means it may take few weeks, months or years to show its symptoms. Fourth point, benign tumor it causes limited damage to the body, while the malignant tumor the cancer cells migrate to the other sides of the body, so it damage more most of the parts of the body where it migrates. Fifth point, there is no metastasis in case of benign tumor, while in case of malignant tumor there is metastasis. What is metastasis? Meta means uh, shifting the place or change in the place. Stasis means static, means stability. In case of benign tumor there is no metastasis. It means the tumor appears at one place and it remain on the same place, it will not migrate to the other parts. While in case of malignant tumor it is metastasis, means it appears at one place and migrate to the other places also. Sixth point, benign tumor it is non cancerous. Benign tumor it is not necessary to it lead to the cancer, but malignant tumor it is cancerous. Causes of cancer. First, transformation of normal cells into cancerous neoplastic cells may be induced by physical, chemical, or biological agents. These agents are called carcinogens. In the first point, we are seeing here the transformation. Transformation means conversion of normal cell into cancerous neoplastic cell. Neoplastic, neo means new, plastic means change. new change means when there is a normal cell, it it is having a new change, that is appearance of cancer due to maybe any one of the reason which is written here, like maybe due to the influence of a physical agent, or maybe due to a chemical agent, or maybe due to a biological agent. Any one of these agents commonly known as carcinogen. Carcinogens means the chemical or the agent which can cause cancer. Second cause of the cancer is ionizing radiation or non-ionizing radiation. They may cause cancer. The example of the ionizing radiation is X-ray and gamma rays, because when these rays falls on cells, then it causes ionization, means break the DNA or RNA into ions. Okay, that's why it is called ionizing radiation. So X-ray and gamma ray can cause ionization of the DNA or RNA, while there is another radiation also, that is non-ionizing radiation. For example, UV rays, ultraviolet rays, that cause DNA damage leading to the neoplastic transformation. I have told you what is neoplastic transformation, new change. Okay. Third cause of cancer, the chemical carcinogens present in the tobacco smoke have been identified as a major cause of lung cancer. Okay, for the lung cancer, tobacco smoke may be responsible, because in tobacco smoke scientists found some chemicals which act as carcinogens. Fourth point, fourth cause of the cancer, cancer causing viruses also identified by the scientist. Cancer causing virus called oncogenic virus have genes called viral oncogenes. Okay. Fifth cause, several genes called cellular oncogenes, or in short form it may be written as CONC. C-onc means cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes have been identified in normal cells, which when activated under the certain conditions could lead to oncogenic transformations of the cells. Means in a normal cell there is already some proto genes or the proto oncogenes are present. They may lead to cancer, they may start cancer if there are certain conditions it becomes activated. Okay, these are actually genes. If they are activated, usually they remain in silent stage, but if they becomes activated, it may transform into cancer cells. How we can detect the cancer and diagnose the cancer? Early detection of the cancers is essential, as it allows the disease to be treated successfully in many cases. If we detect the cancer in early stage, we can cure it successfully. How can we detect? Cancer detection is based on biopsy and histopathological studies of the tissues and blood and bone marrow tests for increased cell counts in case of leukemias. I will discuss all the points which are written here so that you can understood all the things. Okay, what is biopsy, what is histopathological studies, and what is leukemia? Biopsy. First, look at what is biopsy. In the biopsy, a piece of the suspected tissue cut into thin sections is stained and examined under microscope. This is known as histopathological studies by a pathologist. Okay, biopsy means when any person who are suspected with cancer in any cell or tissue, then we can take some parts of its tissue, cut into thin sections. First we stain it. After staining, examine under the microscope. When we examine or study any tissues under the microscope, this is known as histopathological studies. Histo means tissue, pathology means detection of some pathogens. Histopathology means detection of anything in the tissues by the pathologists. Okay, so have you understood about the biopsy? Biopsy means uh, detection of carcinogens or the carcinogenic property in any tissue with the help of microscope is called biopsy. What is leukemia? Leukemia means when there is increased WBC count in the body, because WBC will increase in the body if there is any deformity, maybe immune response means due to any pathogen or the cancer. This is the sign that something is not normal, something is abnormal in the body when there is leukemia. So leukemia is excessive increase of the WBC count. Okay, this is also known as blood cancer. So the first point explains you that how the cancer can be detected. It can be detected by biopsy. Now you know about the biopsy. Okay, and this biopsy usually occurs in the tissues and bloods and bone marrow, because these are the sites which are suspected for the can be suspected for the uh, cancer, for example leukemia. The second technique of detection of the cancer is radiography. Radiography means radiography is the use of X-ray. It can be used in the following manners: by CT. CT means computed tomography, and MRI. MRI means magnetic resonance imaging, are very useful to detect the cancers of the internal organs. Okay, what is CT and what is MRI? CT means computed tomography, use of X-ray to generate a three-dimensional image of the internals of an object. Tomo actually transverse section or the longitudinal section means the organ where cancer may be suspected. We can with the help of computer we can take the section, maybe transverse section or the longitudinal section, because tomo means section, and with the help of computer we can we can see the graph of that particular organ, maybe skull part or any other part of the body. Okay, and this graph is taken with the help of X-ray, because radiography means use of X-ray. Okay, so in computed tomography we take the three-dimensional image of any section of the body, while in case of MRI uses strong magnetic field. MRI means magnetic resonance imaging. So MRI uses strong magnetic field and non-ionizing radiations. You know about the non-ionizing radiations. It's like the UV rays. to accurately detect the pathological and physiological changes in the living tissues. Okay, so MRI can be used. In the MRI we use the magnetic field and non-ionizing radiation, and it accurately detects the pathological and physiological change in the living tissue. Okay, so the whole tissue or the whole organ is scanned under MRI. Okay, so these were the two techniques of detection, one in case of leukemia, another with the help of some radiations like the X-ray or the UV rays. Third one is antibodies against cancer specific antigen are also used to detect the cancers. Okay, in certain cases we can identify the antibodies which may be produced inside the body. Okay, fourth one, molecular biology. The techniques of molecular biology can be applied to detect the genes in the individual with inherited susceptibility to certain cancers. Identification of such genes which predispose an individual to certain cancers may be very helpful in prevention of cancers. Such individual may be advised to avoid exposure to particular carcinogens to which they are susceptible. For example, tobacco smoke in case of lung cancer. Molecular biology means when we detect at the level of DNA, RNA, or the gene, then it is known as molecular biology technique. Okay, so these are the techniques uh, through which we can detect or diagnose the cancer. If you listen everything very carefully, then read it 2 to 3 times to make yourself much more understandable. Okay, now the treatment of cancer. There are various methods of treatment for the cancer. First one is surgical. Cancerous tissues are surgically removed. In surgery, directly remove the cancerous part. Second one is radiotherapy. Tumor cells are irradiated lethally by radiation. Okay, with the help of some radiation, we can remove or irradiate. We can remove the tumor part. Okay. Chemotherapy. Chemo means chemical. Chemical may be the drug. So drugs are used to kill the cancers, but chemotherapy usually shows side effects like hair loss, anemia. Anemia means loss of RBC count or hemoglobin count. Fourth treatment process is immunotherapy. Patients are given with the alpha interferon, which activate their immune system and helps in destroying the tumor. Okay, so we can provide alpha interferon also to the body, which activate our immune system and helps in destroying tumor itself. So these are the four methods, out of which most of the cancers are treated by the combination of surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy. All three methods can be combined to for the treatment of some type of cancers. Okay, now the next topic is drugs and alcohol abuse. This is your last topic of this chapter. So, commonly abused drugs include opioids, cannabinoids, and coca alkaloids obtained from flowering plants and a few from fungi. So, drugs here we will discuss about those drugs which we have to use for the medicinal purpose or for any ritual purpose, but if a human use it for its personal excitement or happiness, then it may lead to some bad habits. So we will discuss here at that point of view. When it used by any person for uh, for its personal excitement or happiness, then what are the harms to that person as well as to whole society? So drugs, commonly abused drugs, here three categories are given for the drugs. One, first category is opioids, second category is cannabinoids, third category is coca alkaloids. We have to discuss all these three category of the drugs, and all these three are obtained from the flowering plants and few from the fungi. First one, opioids. Opioids are the drugs which bind to specific opioid receptors present in our central nervous system and gastrointestinal tract. Means already in our body, in the nervous system, central nervous system, and as well as in gastrointestinal tract, there are some receptor which is specific for the opioids. Okay. uh, Next point, heroin, commonly called smack, is chemically diacetyl morphine, which is a white, odorless, bitter, crystalline compound. It is extracted from the latex of the poppy plant. Its scientific name is Papaver somniferum. You can see the diagram in the figure. This Papaver somniferum is given. Generally taken by snorting and injection. Snorting means when inhale with a sound. This is called snorting. So these drugs are taken like uh, intense breathe in by producing sound, and injection also. Heroin is a depressant and slow down the body functions. Okay. Heroin, what the effect of the heroin? It is like a depressant and slow down the body functions. So those person who are too much tired will feel uh, its body relaxes. Okay. Here at the left corner you can see the structure of a morphine. Okay. So this is the category of opioids. Opium, the name is taken from the opium poppy plant, but this opioids contain many categories. Heroin is one of them. Okay. We have the receptors for that. The next category is cannabinoids. Cannabinoids are a group of chemicals which interact with the cannabinoid receptors present in the brain. Natural cannabinoids are obtained from the inflorescence of the plant Cannabis sativa. At the right upper corner, you can see leaf of Cannabis sativa. They include marijuana, harish, hashish, charas, ganja. They generally taken by inhalation and oral ingestion. These are known for their effects on cardiovascular system of the body. Okay, they mainly affect cardiovascular system, means it increase the blood flow. The third category is coca alkaloids. It is also known as cocaine. It is obtained from the coca plant. The scientific name is Erythroxylum coca. You can see the diagram in the lower right corner. This Erythroxylum coca is the native to South America. It interferes with the transport of neurotransmitter dopamine. Cocaine, commonly called coke or crack, is usually snorted. Okay, snorted. It has a potent stimulating action on CNS, central nervous system, producing a sense of euphoria and increased energy. Euphoria means intense happiness, intense excitement, and increased energy also. So body feels Superman itself. Excessive dosage of the cocaine causes hallucination. Hallucinations mean imagination, uh, which is not for everyone. It is imagination only for you. Means hallucination you can see in the movie Munna Bhai MBBS, the second part, when Sanjay Dutt can see the Mahatma Gandhi. This is the hallucination. This is the example of one hallucination. Okay. Other well-known plants with the hallucinogenic properties are Atropa belladonna and Datura. Okay, these are other hallucinogenic properties plant. Atropa belladonna and Datura can cause hallucinogen, but in that movie, hallucinogen were not caused by the drug. That was a movie, so they are shown that excessive study may lead to hallucinogen, but this is not applicable on you. Okay. Um, this is applicable for those person which never studied in his life, but immediately start uh, study for the whole syllabus for the whole world. That's why you have to study daily. While you may study for few hours, but you keep maintain the uh, this frequency. Okay, otherwise uh, these days these days cannabinoids are also being abused by some sportsperson, because these cannabinoids increase the blood circulatory system, so it increase the performance, it increase the efficiency of the body. So a sports person, if they take these cannabinoids, they perform in their job very efficiently, in either game. Okay. Drugs like the barbiturates, amphetamines, benzodiazepines, and other similar drugs that are normally used as medicines to help patients cope up with mental illness like the depression and insomnia are often abused. Okay, these drugs can be used by the patient for recover from their mental illness, but when it is used abusely means uh, durvyasan, then it is not good. Morphine is a very effective sedative and painkiller, and is very useful in the patient who have undergone surgery. So these were the medical uses. The last category is smoking, means tobacco. Smoking, here you just read the things, you will understood all the thing. Smoking also paves the way to hard drugs. Tobacco has been used by human beings for more than 400 years. It is smoked, chewed, or used as a snuff. Tobacco contains a large number of chemical substances, including nicotine, which is an alkaloid, Nicotine stimulates adrenal gland to release adrenaline and noradrenaline into blood circulation, both of which raise the blood pressure and increase the heart rate. Smoking is associated with increased incidence of cancer of lungs, urinary bladder and throat, bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart disease, gastric ulcer, etc. Tobacco chewing is associated with increased risk of cancer of the oral cavity. Smoking increases the carbon monoxide content in the blood and reduces the concentration of heme-bound oxygen. This causes oxygen deficiency in the body. Okay. So these are the things which are comes under the category of harmfulness of the drug. Okay, drug abuse. Now we will discuss about adolescence and the drug abuse. What do you mean by the adolescence? Adolescence is the period during which the child is going to be mature. It is the age period of 12 to 18 years. Adolescence is a bridge which linking the childhood and the adulthood. Adolescence is accompanied by several biological and behavioral changes. This is the time period because you are also in this age, so you can understand, but you can more understand when you cross this age and when you see behind what changes occurs during this age with you. During this age, many biological changes as well as behavioral changes occurs in the body, both in male and female. Okay. uh, Many things in the body and as well as in your mind and psychological things, you can understood the things we will discuss one by one. First but with respect to the your syllabus, first we have to discuss like the causes of drug abuse. Why most of the uh, child during this age period, during their adolescence, they get addicted to the drugs, or if not addicted, they just attract towards the drug. Why? So the causes of drug abuse may be curiosity. They having the curiosity, what it is, what is the action after taking this. Adventure, they like to do adventure during this age because no tension is there. Excitement, experimentation for everything. Stress or the pressure to excel in examination. Okay. These are the few causes with respect to your NCRT, but there are many causes. Effects of drugs or alcohol abuse. The effects are reckless behavior. Okay, reckless behavior, um, not liking by anyone. Malicious mischief. Okay. Violence, drop in academic performance, depression, isolation, aggressiveness. The person who taking much drug or the alcohol, they undergo depression, want to live in isolation, and aggressiveness may be there. The chronic use can damage the nervous system and liver. Okay. The damage of liver is known as cirrhosis. Male or female having severe facial and body acne and premature closure of the growth centers of the long bones that may result into stunted growth. So these are the effects of taking drugs or alcohol. Addiction and dependence. means when a person continuously taking, maybe due to curiosity or any mean, but ultimately they may become addicted, because their uh, the receptors becomes addicted towards these drugs, and then they dependent on these drugs or alcohol. Addiction is a psychological attachment to certain effects. This is the definition of addiction. What is addiction? It is psychological attachment to certain effects, such as euphoria and temporary feeling of well-being associated with drugs and alcohol. Euphoria means too much excitement, too much happiness, and temporary feeling of well-being. So it's type of psychological attachment. Dependence is the tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic and unpleasant withdrawal syndrome. If regular dose or of the drugs or the alcohol is abruptly discontinued, that includes anxiety, shakiness, nausea, sweating. Okay, because after addiction, the person get dependent on drugs and alcohol. If um, forcefully, if you uh, taking someone from taking away from that drugs and alcohol, then the result will be too much abnormal. Okay, so how can we prevent and control if someone get indulged into it? So you must keep patience in yourself, and the things what you can do: avoid undue peer pressure. You must avoid, because in those days we can see the parents who want from their child that uh, he can or she can do best in their academics, either in their academics or sports or anything, but do not see their efficiency or the limitations. And a very bad thing to of comparison between the um, two child, because everyone has their limitation. So we must avoid undue peer pressure to achieve something. Okay, peer pressure means सहकर्मी आपके साथ जो होंगे. Second one is education and counseling. By as you are studied here, so you know about these things. Okay, but you have to know very much before entering this age. Education as well as counseling, annual basis or weekly basis counseling must be there, so that you can understood what is happening with you, and what are the methods through which you can come out from these things. Seeking help from parents and peers. Parents are always with you, peers are always with you. So uh, if you openly say your internal voice to them, they will definitely help you. Looking for danger signs. Okay, at every alcohol bottle or tobacco wrapper you can see the danger sign. Along with that, your parent, your good friends, your good teacher always told you about everything, then what is danger and what is bad, what is good, you must follow them. Okay, seeking professionals and medical help. If the case is too much severe out of your hand, then there there are some professionals and medical practitioners also, which can help you. For example, of Sanjay Dutt in his real story. Okay, okay, class. So this is all about the human health and disease. In the next video we will discuss the new chapter. Okay, thank you.